Hey there, guys. It is July 25th, 2024, and I'm excited to tell you that we are entering into Leo season. I am not a Leo and I'm not an astrologer, but I do know a lot about them because there are some special people in my life who are Leos, and they are like pure sunshine most of the time. They are charismatic, they're outgoing, they get the job done, and let's go ahead and, even if we're not a Leo, harness onto some of that energy as we move through this period of learning how to manifest the lives that we want through tarot. I don't know where we're going to go today. I actually started recording a few minutes ago, and I had another camera issue cut out on me. So I will be posting a photo with a written description of where I started out this morning. And I'm going to just take it as a sign from our spirit guides, our ancestors, that there's another reading in store for us that's supposed to be recorded, rather than bore you by splitting it into two or, possibly three videos. And so that's where we are today. We are shuffling these up really, really well because I'm going to keep shuffling until I'm told not to. How's it going this week? If you've experienced any shifting, any changes, any coincidences or synchronicities, I'd love to hear about them. Please pop something in the comments section. Okay, we're getting a thumbs up here, so I say it's time to start pulling. Wow, we've gotten this Queen of Pentacles. This is the third time this week she's come up. She was in the reverse position a couple days ago, and then yesterday she was in the upright position. So I do feel like she is holding on to some of this Leo energy, because remember, the Queen of Pentacles is the card that demonstrates the ability to create fertility. It's the grounding energy that connects you to source. It is the one who creates abundance and fosters life. This is full of love for self and for others, and it's an area for growth. She's sitting in this beautiful garden and she is admiring the work that she's done, but she's contemplating it. She's not simply admiring it and taking stock. She's thinking about it and getting to know it and appreciating it and figuring out what to do to best care for it. So that's really the energy that's starting us out today, and I love that. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm going to have this second row here stop the way it is, because if you see, it's really flanked nicely by these pentacles, but inside you've got three sword cards, two of which are in reverse. So there have been a lot of thoughts playing into our process this week, thinking about how we can move forward and communicate what we want to do concisely, then also having kind of a hard time executing those plans and those thoughts, which makes a lot of sense. But the reason we're having a hard time executing them is because we still have false belief systems and anxieties that are getting in the way. So it's like with the Queen of Swords, you know what to do. The Queen's job is really to send out the message, right? To get the ball rolling and to make plans start coming into action. But it's the king who's going to absolutely say, okay, this is it. This is what we're doing now. There's no way around it. This is how we're moving forward. And there's a breakdown in between your Queen of Swords and your King of Swords that is getting in the way. And that breakdown really is that you have these worries and anxieties that you're still trying to get away from. Now, the good news is, with this card being in the reverse position, it means that you have started working on that. You've started getting rid of these anxieties and these false belief systems, and that's incredibly powerful. If that's happening to you right now, it means you're really taking matters into your own hands, and you are exercising and practicing exactly what we've been talking about for the past few weeks, and you should feel really fantastic about that. Now, the pentacles that are flanking these swords, you're starting out here with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. The Four of Pentacles in reverse can sometimes indicate that you are holding on to some things that you shouldn't be, but more so in the realm of physical earthly possessions. So maybe you're afraid to let go of some things in order to get what you're looking for. Maybe there are some comforts. Maybe you're feeling a little bit stingy, you're not really willing to share what you're going through with others. You're not really willing to make the space for doing this work. That could be coming up this week, because it does require a shift. This is a bit of a life change, and it can be hard to let go of some of those things that we are attached to, and it kind of gets you back to that place of, what do I want? Do I want attachment to the things that might bring comfort to my ego, or am I looking for connection and the possibility of something greater? So consider that, contemplate that a little bit, because down here at the end, once you get through this pattern here, this phase of this cycle, you're going to be taking stock. It's going to give you some perspective where you can really look at where you've come and what you're working with. And if you take pause there, you'll know exactly what you want to do moving forward. So this is really important information for getting started today. And I want to move these cards out of the way because I know that we have more coming. All right, let's see. Okay, still working on getting rid of some of your past regrets, some of those situations that you look back on and think, boy, I really didn't handle that well, and I don't want to make that mistake again. And you may have lost some people through that process. But here's the good news. In doing that, you are making room for something new. This Page of Cups coming out right here after these two cards is really inspiring and encouraging, because the Page of Cups is all about curiosity and friendship. It's about learning new things about new people and forming some new relationships that aren't necessarily romantic. They're more like friendly relationships. And they can be incredible. This here is all about water, and water aids in fertility. Okay, so keep your eyes out. Whatever you're regretting about losing past relationships might still be stinging a little bit, but it's okay, because it had to happen in order to make room for this new space, for these new people in your life that are going to be closer aligned to where you're headed. Okay, now here we've got the Page of Pentacles coming out in reverse. Again, we don't want to be rushing through anything here. Don't rush into anything. With the Page of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the Knight of Swords in the upright position, and then the Tower in the upright position, it's really suggesting that if you rush into things, the change might be too much for you to bear right now. It might be just way too uncomfortable and scary. I think it's better right now to keep moving forward at a slower pace, little by little. You don't want to rock the boat too much too fast. Okay, you're going to get there anyway. But if you rush into things right now and blow full steam ahead, you're going to find yourself in a really uncomfortable situation, and you're going to feel like the sacrifice is too great for the rewards that you've already been experiencing, and that could really scare you off. So right now you want to take time to balance your source energy with some of the Hierophant energy. And that Hierophant energy is leaning into proven institutions, leaning into areas where you feel like you can gain connection from those. It could be a church, a school, it could be a line of information, it could be a mentor. And you want to move forward in that. And you might find some difficulty there. You've got the Three of Swords coming through, but this is all part of the process, right? When you've got some heartache, it means that it means something to you. And this does mean something to all of us. I'd like to pull one more card here. When you are seeking out, when you're seeking out your mentor, be careful not to lean into people who are going to give you false information or take advantage of you, okay? The Seven of Swords shows someone who is trying to get away with something sneaky. They're trying to get one over on you, maybe rip you off or lie to you, steal from you. So be very careful with who you select and what resources you lean into as you're going through this process. Stay away from quacks, you know. It's not going to result in anything good. It's gonna push you further away from where you want to be. And it looks like, it really does, based on this row here, it looks like there might be someone in your life who's coming in who is going to create a great deal of disappointment for you. So really lean into your gut on this. I think today I might actually give you a few recommendations that are trusted. And if you are interested in those recommendations, you can look into that. And sometimes just the process of looking into something will lead you in a direction that you're supposed to be going in. So even if you don't take these recommendations from me that I'm about to show you, it might set you on the right course. But definitely watch out. If someone comes to you as the King of Pentacles, they seem like it's too good to be true, they seem like they have it all figured out, you may want to steer clear, okay? You really want to lean into your gut on this, lean into your intuition. That's going to be so important. You don't want to be misguided through this process because it's incredibly discouraging, and it can set you on the wrong path. So watch out for that. Keep up the good work. You're definitely doing very well of beginning to shed some of these false belief systems to get you closer to where you want to be. You've made space in your life, even if you're regretting some of those decisions that you've made, you have actually made the space that you need to move forward with some more positive things, especially people. And you want to make sure not to rush into anything. That's been a recurring theme this week. If you rush into this, you're going to find yourself being very uncomfortable, and that it might be what lands you in this area of shysters, you know, people looking to take advantage of you because they appear to know more than you do. So watch out for that. You want to just stay true to yourself and lean into some institution or mentor that you really feel good about, somebody you really trust, or an organization you really feel good about. So I'm not going to repeat any more of that. Let me clear these cards. I think I'll pull one more to sum up today's reading, and then I'm going to share with you a few books that I think might be really helpful as you're going out through this process. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. We had this one yesterday. I actually think it was the card that we landed on yesterday at the end, as well as today. Remember to be patient, okay? This is a process. Do not look for instant gratification. That's going to lead you to the tower. The quest for instant gratification is going to lead you to people who are going to take advantage of that. So be patient, take your time, little by little. Look for the little things every day, the breadcrumbs that lead that tell you that you're leading in the right direction, and focus on those. Okay, that was our conversation yesterday, and it still applies today, given this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so let me, without further ado, I do want to share with you a couple of things that I think you may find helpful. You've probably heard about some of these, if not all. The first one I want to share with you is the Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield. This book's been around for a while. I think it came out in '93, and it talks a lot about, I mean, it's a novel. It's a story about someone who goes on a quest for something. And it's mostly about paying attention to synchronicities and leaning into your intuition and focusing on connection with source. Okay, this is a really, really wonderful book. If you've read it before, but it's been a long time, now would be a really good time to pick it back up again. If you've never read it before, I highly, highly recommend it. It's available on all forms of publication. So again, Celestine Prophecy, James Redfield. Another one that I actually don't have a copy of because I gave it out is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. That book is all about paying attention to who you're supposed to be, paying attention to your dreams, being willing to get out of your comfort zone, travel, meeting new people, and paying attention again to those synchronicities. And finally, today I would like to also share with you this book. Now, I give this recommendation to you with a disclaimer here because I am by no means a psychotherapist. I'm not a social worker, but this book was given to me at one time long ago. It's called Parts Work, An Illustrated Guide to Your Inner Life. This is a great book if you want to understand some of your characteristics, your personality traits, your reactions to situations, and it really does a great job of helping you understand the difference between your actual self and your ego. So if you're interested in something like that, this is a nonfiction book, really, really interesting read, lots of good illustrations to help you understand what they're talking about. So those are my recommendations today. They are trusted sources. I won't steer you in a wrong direction there. If you've read any of those books, if you intend to read any of those books, I'd love to hear about it. Please pop something in the comments section so we can have a conversation about that. But aside from that, guys, enjoy your first day of Leo season. Get out there and be yourself in the world and have a lot of fun. Thanks for joining.